Welcome back to the Bitcoin Business Bureau. I'm your host, as always, LitecoinLeader. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about staking and some of the potential pitfalls of dealing with staking and how you mitigate those. So overall, you have to like the fact that in staking, you get free coins. That's a definite bonus. You hold coins, you support the network, you get free stuff for it. That's fantastic. But there is a drawback. So let's talk about that and how to manage it. So one of the hot things right now in crypto is staking, okay? Yes, I know the whiteboard's not stable. It's the easel's fault. We're not talking about that right now. We're working through it. Staking. So what is the downside to staking? And there is one. So you need to think about this. One of the downsides of staking is the fact that your coins are locked up for 0 to 28 days. Why is that a problem? Well, let's say that you bought coin, I don't know, TTT, all right? So you bought TTT, you're thrilled with it, and it takes, and you want to stake it, and there's a 10% return on staking. Doesn't really matter. It's got good staking returns, so you want to stake it all, and you bought it, like they say, you bought it at $1, just bought it $1, and you're cool with it, and at some point in the future, it'll be 10, or higher. That's what your goal is. So you bought TTT at $1, you're hoping it gets to a 10, and you're staking it. Well, what happens, well, two things. One, let's say the rules of TTT are such that it takes 21 days to unstake. All right. Sorry about my handwriting, but I can't really, the whiteboard's moving. What can I do? All right, 21 days to unstake. So what's the downside here? Well, let's just say that the market goes wacky on you, and all of a sudden one day, it's dancing around in the $1 to $2 range, and all of a sudden it starts doing this, and it starts mooning out of nowhere. And it gets to not just 10, but say $20. Here's the problem. You can't sell because you're staked for 21 days. Even if you start the process of unstaking right then, you have to wait to 21 days, and who knows what happens out here. Could go down, could go higher, you don't know. So, how do you combat this? One, switch to blue, again to avoid the red-green thing. One, take notes of the overall percent staked. Okay? If you're in Project TTT and only 10% of the coins are staked, you're not going to be in good shape because people have already beat you to the punch. 90% of the people are liquid now. Right here, they can trade, and they're probably trading, and they're probably selling here, driving the price back down, and you get away from the next bump. But let's say it's above 50%. Well, that's good because that means the project, most of the people are in your same predicament, meaning that they have staked, 70, 50, 60, 70, 80% of people have staked, and they can't sell now. So you can unstake, so will everyone else, and then price might start to trickle down as people start to learn this, but for the most part, it's going to stabilize because everybody's going to wait, they're just kind of waiting for this to get to the 21 days later and then try and capitalize there and sell out. There's a second thing you can do, right? Because you never want to be caught in this predicament. And full disclosure, I did this with my own Zilliqa when I first started it. And I thought about it, what if? I always what if myself. I said, what if it moons, right? Do I want to be 100% staked? What I did was I staked a portion. So you stake a portion. Okay, so let's say you stake half, right? You have your staking bag and your HODL bag, okay, or your trade bag, whatever you want to call it, or like when moon bag. So if it moons, you sell your when moon bag, but you leave your stake alone. That way you're experiencing the best of both worlds. That way you're getting staking rewards for some, but you could trade some if this thing happens. So that's how you combat this. But if you're in a project and you're stuck and you want to sell and you can't sell, don't fear if this percent staked is high. And for a lot of good projects, they're 50% or higher, so there's usually nothing to worry about. If it moons, that's a good thing. That means there's positive indications in the project. Maybe the coins are hard to get because so many are staked, which means that's good. That's the whole point of staking. Part of it is to suck up the supply, so when demand comes, the price goes up a lot. So, but if you want to be able to take advantage of it, have some staked and have some in a hodl bag. I won't say what percent, that's entirely up to you. None of this is financial advice, just a guy drawing on a whiteboard. But that's something that you can think of that as you go through like your what if, because when you buy something at $1, you need to think of, if I'm going to stake it all, what if it gets to $20 before I'm unstaked? Because at some point you have to unstake. If you're ever going to sell at some point, you need to unstake and you need to have a plan. So maybe you stake in two blocks, and if you say, okay, if this happens, I'll unstake one and see what happens, then I can stake it again. Like if you're willing to say, if this happens because it's so well staked, maybe I take half of it, unstake it, see where it is in 21 days, then decide if I want to profit take or not, or I stake the whole thing and just let it ride. But sometimes you just have a hodl bag, which if this happens, then you get to take advantage of it, because there's the other part, which is that if it runs up to here, maybe you decided to sell at 10, thinking it's not going to get any higher, and you didn't get the 10 to 20 part. Now, there's nothing wrong with ever taking a profit. No one ever went broke taking a profit. But if you have the discipline to say, like, well, let's see what happens and let it run. I mean, there's many different strategies here, but the point is that if you have it all staked, then this scenario can play out and you could be stuck and not be able to capitalize on any of this. So if you leave a portion of your money unstaked, then you can capitalize this. If you had 10% not staked and you went from $1 to 20, right, at 20x, that 10% you didn't stake would get all your money back and then double it just from that 10%. So something to think about, something to consider. That's what I wanted to share today. And I'll go back to the intro and the outro. So there you are. You have one drawback pretty much for staking, which is that when you pledge your coins to the network, you pledge them for a certain amount of days. And if there is a moon event where the price just goes up, you're not going to be able to sell them. So how do you mitigate this? Well, you have to look at each product individually and see how much is staked for that network. The more staking there is, the more stable it is, and the more likely that other people are going to be in the same boat that you are. So they definitely will be. So if you're in a project where 60 or 70% of the coins are staked, then if it moons, part of the reason it moons is because there is a scarcity of coins because all the coins are staked. So the downside, of course, is that you can't sell your coins because when it moons, they're locked up for a little while. Depends on the project, of course, about how long they're locked up. For a project like Divi, they're not very locked very long at all. For Theta, it's a few days. For other projects, it's 14 to 28 days. So it could be a long 2 to 4 weeks. But don't fear about it because most people are in the same boat. So, but there is a way around it. And if that's having two bags, you have one bag that's your staking, which is your main bag, and a second bag, which could be smaller, which is a trade bag. And that trade bag is going to be the one where you can take advantage of a price appreciation. So there's pluses and minuses, of course, to staking. You get free stuff for staking. That's a good thing. And if you're a long-term hodler, it's the perfect way to go. But if you see a coin, if you happen to be in a coin for $1 and it goes up to 10 or 20 bucks, I can understand wanting to take some profit off the table. It's perfectly understandable. That's why you would have a trade bag or a hodl bag to take advantage for that. So you need to think about a lot of what if. I play what if a lot with myself, and I just say, okay, what if this coin goes from $1 to 10? Well, if I have 10% of my coins not staked, I can sell those, and then I've got all my money back, and now everything in the staking pool is free. So that's one possibility. Not financial advice, of course, but that's something you can consider, and that's something to think about when you need to play. What if this coin does go up 10x or 20x or 50x or even 3x? What do you do? So that's why a lot of people are like, well, I will stake some, but I won't stake them all for this very reason. So something to think about. I'm still very much in favor of staking because you get free coins, and long term, we all know where crypto is heading. But if you want to take advantage of a
a moonshot that just happens that before the price comes back down, that's something to consider as well. So there you have it. Hope that was valuable to you. And that's enough for today. So I'm going to close the drawer on the bureau, and I'll see you next time. Welcome back to this special edition of the Bitcoin Business Bureau. I'm your host, as always, LitecoinLeader. Today, I wanted to talk about October, and in particular, the first 10 or 11 days of October. What the plans are, where I'm going to be, and how you can partake if you so choose. So first, I'm going to be in Utah doing an event with Bitcoin Ben, Litecoin Lisa, Jim Flanagan, Miss Team Crypto, and several others are going to be there. It's a one-day event in Utah. It's called the Utah Summit, I believe. I'll share the link at the bottom of the video. And it's a $39 ticket. It's a one-day event. It's about 45 minutes south of Salt Lake City. It's in an area of Utah called Silicon Slopes, where they're doing a lot of development. A lot of companies are going there for newer projects and products. There's some activity in cryptocurrency, obviously. That's a good spot for it. So that's where they chose to host this, and I'm going to be one of the speakers there. And in fact, I think I'm one of the leadoff speakers for the day. And then I'll be also participating throughout the day. I'll be there. I'm sure there'll be interviews, there'll be socialization, and there's going to be at least one panel I know of. I think possibly two. I think there's one that's for just for the women in crypto. So it's going to be a lively event. It's going to be a long day, but it's going to be an entertaining day, and it's going to be huge value for only $39. If you can get there, I would recommend checking it out because it's going to be a fun event. So that's the 1st of October. After that, I'm going to go hang out with my friend, you might know him, DiviDaddy, and we're going to talk about what our plans are for the rest of the year and what things that we have in the works. No leaks on that yet, but stay tuned. But after that, we're going to be together heading to Texas, and we're going to be there, I think, from Wednesday until Monday. So we're going to be there for the Friday, Saturday, Sunday portion of Bitcoin Ben's and Bitcoin Branch's the founders event. The 4th founders event that they've done is the 4th event this year, and Bitcoin Ben's been running that since January. This is the 3rd one I'll be able to attend live. I attended the first one over Zoom, and it's perfectly great to attend via Zoom if you can't get out and get there. But if you can get there live, I really recommend it because, again, I mean, you get to meet cool people like me, but you also get to go out and shake hands, meet people, meet like-minded people, and discuss things. Things really kick off that way. So that's another positive out of it. But speaking of meeting people live, DiviDaddy and I are going to be there starting from Wednesday morning throughout the weekend. So I'm going to be putting things on my calendar. I'll put a link down below once again for my calendar, and there'll be a special Wednesday and Thursday calendar that we're going to put forth that you can come out and meet face to face with just the two of us. If you want to have a dialogue with us about anything crypto, it's your time. Like I always tell anyone that does a consultation with me or meets with me or even talks to me, especially if they're, if they purchased the time, I will say, this is your time. Like, it's up to you what you want to do. So if you want to come out and meet us and just sit down and have a conversation about whatever is on your mind, be it the Divi project, be it living on crypto, or borrowing against your crypto, or using a concierge service like Viva Capital, anything like that, anything you can think of under the sun, we're here to talk to you about whatever. So we'll be available both Wednesday and Thursday for special bookings. It's going to be a bargain for getting both of us together. We'll be there right in the same town that the event's going to be held. I think it's Bernie, Texas, which is a suburb of San Antonio. And those appointments will be out there Wednesday and Thursday. Now, for anyone that's ever had an appointment with either myself or DiviDaddy, you are being invited right now to our event, a social gathering on Friday evening in the same town where this event is, which it's Bernie, Texas. So we'll be giving out that location. Please contact either myself. I think emailing me would probably be best. I'll put my email at the bottom. Let's do that. And then you can reach out to me, and I will let you know the location and the time. And it's gonna, again, it's drinks are on us. It's a social gathering. It's sponsored by myself and DiviDaddy as a thank you for everyone that's invested their time, energy, sometimes funds as well, but or just to pay for consultation, that sort of thing. But this is a job to some degree for us. And we just want to say thank you. Thank you for investing in us so we can help you to do what you do so that you're successful and you're on your own crypto journey. So this is a thank you event for you guys. So everyone is invited that's ever worked with DiviDaddy or myself for that social gathering Friday evening. I'll let you know where it is when we finalize the details, but that's completely free to you guys. And obviously you'll be invited, but please contact me if you've ever worked with us before. You're going to be invited. Again, that's in Texas. So that is, I think the date of that is be the evening, Friday the 8th. So if you're coming out to Bernie, Texas for that event that weekend, please reach out to us. We will have that. We'll share everything about that venue. But again, we want to do it as a thank you to everyone. So again, I'll be in Utah on the 1st, Texas the 6th through the 10th. But the 7th and 8th, the 6th and 7th are for private meetings. The 8th is for a thank you social, and the 9th and 10th is the Bitcoin Ben and the Bitcoin Branches event that's held at, I think it's the Bevy Hotel, which is going to be rather busy because I think there's other things going on in Bernie, Texas. So I think it's a car show or something, but it's going to be a busy evening or a busy week. So I just wanted to put this out there once again to thank everyone and to give back to the community. This is all about. We're building a community. This is all about everyone working together. Ben calls it the network effect. And it's true. Whenever I want to talk to someone or need something or anything, or someone needs something from me, they know how to get a hold of me and I know how to reach out to them. This is a community we're building here. So again, this is a thank you to all you guys. I hope you join us at some point between the 1st and the 8th or 1st and the 10th. I hope to see you either in Utah or in Texas. And if not, there'll be more events coming. There will be that meetup in Myrtle Beach on November 6th, I believe. More details to come on that as well. But that's an open invite as well. There's not going to be any price for that as well. So a lot said, but I wanted to put that out there. And I'll be repeating this video throughout the week. So I hope to see you, everyone. Enjoy your crypto journey. I hope I'm helping you along that path. And for right now, I'm going to close the drawer in the bureau, and I'll see you next time.